Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. Let's prepare to prosper. Another episode of Bitcoin conversation, crypto convos. All right,
Crypto convos, yes, sir.
Barnes.
I'm HT.
All right, we're the League of Hustlers. Just dive right into this thing. All right, Bitcoin is like doing numbers right now. We're in the 50s. I checked this morning. The price was about 53-ish.
Right.
Maybe a week or so ago, it was in the 40s. All right, so we're seeing some massive jumps right now in Bitcoin. Ethereum is doing well. All right, there's just a lot of coins, a lot of stuff happening right now in crypto, man. If you're not in, listen, I know a lot of people see this. They see the price up, and I feel this way sometimes too, but I'm kind of over it now because once that price hit 18,000, 20,000, it kind of makes you feel like, oh man, I missed it. But I mean, we've been like, trying to be educated about the whole thing, and you didn't miss it. All right, it's not too late, man. People are expecting the price to really shoot up. So if you're feeling like you've missed out, you haven't.
Right. Yeah, man. And, so with this episode, we just wanted to talk about Bitcoin and where we see it going, what people are saying. And I, like CD was saying, I think it's very, very, very imperative that you do your own research. Okay, you can't trust my advice, can't trust his advice, you can't trust anybody's advice. This market is essentially, this is like no man's land, right? This is new. This is like the Wild Wild West. This is a new frontier that all of us are experiencing for the first time. Like, it's never hit these heights that it's hit before. But what we can do is look at the charts, look at history, look at the available knowledge, and then make informed decisions from there. And what we promise you is that we will give you knowledge that we learn along the way. We're doing research every single day on these types of topics, and not only Bitcoin, but other stuff that we're looking into that we plan on bringing you guys real soon. So definitely make sure you subscribe. Definitely make sure that you share these episodes. Why? Because a rising tide raises all the ships. Okay, So if all of us come up at once, who gonna stop us? Right? So let's jump right into it. So the Bitcoin price prediction for 2021. Where do I see Bitcoin going for 2021? This is where I see it going. No. First and foremost, let's just go back over time, right? So
yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, and over history, this is what Bitcoin has been doing. All right, simply put. Okay, but along this path, there's these little peaks that keep happening, and you'll see that if you look at like the total or max chart for Bitcoin. And what happens each time is what people in the industry calls going parabolic. The price of it will go up, and then it'll pull back hard, and then it'll shoot up, right, to new highs. Then it'll pull back, and then it'll shoot up. Each time this is happening, it happens around what's called the halving. All right, the halving happens every 210,000 blocks in the blockchain. Okay, which roughly comes out to every 4 years. And what we've seen is every 4 years, this mug shooting up. Okay, it'll shoot up and then it'll pull back hard. Sometimes it'll pull back 30, 40, even 50% sometimes. All right, and then it'll shoot up. So just to give you a little backstory, a personal backstory, I heard about Bitcoin. Shout out to Jay Murray. Jay Murray told me about Bitcoin. We were out running a trail one day. And he's founder of Happy Hood. We had him on the show. Big shout out to Jay Murray. But anyway, told me about it when it was $40. $40. And he's showing me on the phone. He's like, look, this Bitcoin thing, I read about it in The Economist. It's a publication about finances. And I'm like, yeah, man, what is this? I kind of brushed it off like, yeah, I heard of it, whatever. Right. And even then, this was probably 2014. Okay. So around 2014, Bitcoin was $40. Around $40. Somewhere around there. Don't hold me to that date, but it was somewhere around 2013, 2014. $40. And he's showing me, and I'm like, okay, like, whatever. Fast forward to today, February 22nd, and Bitcoin is what? What's the price on that mug, bro?
And it's 50K right now.
Man, it's
like 53. Yeah, it's like 53.
Right. The highest it has hit so far, which was like yesterday, or a couple days ago, it was like 58K. From $40.
That's serious.
$58,000.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So the big question that everyone wants to know is, where is it going?
Right, exactly.
Where?
Exactly. Because you don't want to buy, I don't want to buy, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's at $50,000 now, guys. Why would I put my money into this thing? Because it can't possibly go any higher. It's only going to go downhill from here.
Right. That's what the rational mind would say. And you know,
I missed it, you know?
Right. The rational mind would say, hey, I missed it. Like, dang. Right? But this is where research comes in, bro. Right? If you look at each of these peaks, each of these tops that it hits, the gains are exponential. All right? So, based off of these jumps each time, it's exponential growth that happens. So, where do we think it's gonna go?
Right.
All right? Now, full disclaimer, not a financial advisor, none of that. You know, do your own research. I'm just telling you where I think it's gonna go, okay? And this is what I've heard, okay, from some of the top people in crypto, people who really research this stuff like day in and day out, right? I've heard high predictions up to $1 million. And this is all what we're talking about is for 2021. $1 million. M&Ms. All right. It's very hard for me to see it.
Wait. In 2021?
In 2021, bro. Some people think that it could hit $1 million.
In 2021. Personally,
I don't see it.
That's hard to fathom right there. That's crazy.
It's very hard to fathom.
That's hard to fathom.
Now, we're already at 58. At 60K, it could do that, you know.
Right. This week. Before the week is out, we could be at 60K.
We could hit 60K before the week is out. Like, hands down.
No doubt.
Right? So, we have a range anywhere between 60K all the way up to $1 million. That's a hell of a range, right?
Right.
So some other experts are thinking that it'll land somewhere or hit a high of like 500K. Right? Still a little hard for me to believe. Right? A little hard for me to see 500K.
I can see 100K. I could see that. I could see 120K. I could see
120.
Yeah, I could see 120.
I could see 122. And honestly, I think it's gonna fall in anywhere between 100K and 200K. I think these are reasonable estimates. Reasonable based off of previous years' increases, previous halving increases, based off of research that's being done.
So when is the next halving?
The next halving is in 2024.
Okay.
The next halving is in 2024.
So we got time.
We got time. So this is another thing to take in consideration. Again, this knowledge that we're bringing you right now is like some good stuff. So I hope y'all paying attention, and I hope that you're subscribed. All right. Now,
that button.
Huh?
No, I was just saying, hit the button, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit the like, share,
Facts.
comment. Let's go.
This is a key thing to remember. For each one of these halvings that happens, the halving happens on a specific date, okay? And let's say that date is like right here. Now, the time that this whole peak happens, where it goes parabolic and it shoots up and then begins to crash, usually takes 15 to 16 months. All right, let's just say 16 months. All right, so this whole process, and really it's to the peak, this whole process right here to the peak before it starts dropping off usually takes 16 months. So that last halving just happened in 2020, in May of 2020. All right, so that brings us to June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, right? February, where we are right now, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so we're looking at anywhere between September and October for it to crash.
Right.
And this right here, this is $1 million game right here that I promise you. I don't promise you, I take that back. But this is good game. Okay, based off of every previous halving, this is what happens. It's 16 months of going up. All right, so is it too late? No, because we're just in the middle right now, okay? You know, we're in the middle. So we still have until around September. Honestly, I'm gonna, start considering pulling out around August, September, October. All right, just depending on what it does.
Wait, hold on, man, hold on, because this is like a whole nother subject right here.
It is.
like strategy of how to actually profit. You know what I mean? Off of these patterns and these waves. Like, what should your strategy be?
Yes.
Are you looking, because a lot of people, and at some point in time, because I've done this before, I've bought into crypto.
All
right. And this was early on, like, years ago, a couple years ago now, I've bought into a particular cryptocurrency. And over time, I feel like nothing's happening. It's actually going down. And I just got my money tied up. I'm pulling out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I pull out, and then months later, a year later, or whatever, the thing skyrockets. So it's like, you're talking about strategy. Like, what's your actual strategy? Are you to, put money in and let it sit, and do you just wait? All right. Or do you actually, get money in, wait for the wave to go up, pull out? You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's a really good question.
And I think like you were just talking about that trend. I think that's like an important part of knowing where you are when you got in. Not just the price point,
yes,
but where you are in that whole cycle, in the big cycle. Where did you get in?
There you go. And that's the key. And it's important to understand that there's a difference between Bitcoin and the other coins. And we're going to talk about the other coins in a follow-up episode to this. We're going to give our top other altcoins that, you know, we should really be looking into and that have the potential to what they call go parabolic. All right, have the potential to give you massive gains. So definitely make sure you subscribe. So when we drop the next episode, we're going to talk about those. So that's a really good question though. And each coin moves differently. Bitcoin is kind of its own beast, bro. You see what I'm saying? It does its own thing. It doesn't follow any other coin. It doesn't it just does its own thing. Everything follows Bitcoin. Everything is being compared to Bitcoin, right? And so the only thing we have to compare with Bitcoin is the previous years of Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But to your point, like where? This is what it does. And then it goes up, right? This is the first halving, second halving, third. Okay? And where we want to catch it is at these peaks. But since it's going up like this, we just don't know. Right? We just don't know. The only thing that we can do is calculate the percentage increase that happens each time. You see what I'm saying? And that's where these estimates are coming from. They're coming from looking at the percentage that it increases each halving, right? So I think it's fair to say that we're looking at a 100K to 200K Bitcoin. So is it too late? No. And then take this for consideration too, is that it's going to be another halving in 2024. You see what I'm saying? And then another one in 2028.
Right.
So this price is going to drive that mug up. Now, could Bitcoin hit, you know, could we see a $1 million Bitcoin at the fourth or fifth halving? For sure. For sure. During this one, I don't think so. You know, maybe even the sixth halving.
But to their point though, to all the people who feel like, you know, we're going to see $1 million Bitcoin in 2021, to their point, in the previous years, I think Bitcoin had more skepticism tied to it than positive news. I think now, this year, last year, 2020, 2021, I think there's more positive news being tied to Bitcoin now. So you're hearing more, you know, companies and celebrities and big financial gurus, you know, putting their stamp on it. You know, people are asking to be paid in Bitcoin. What's the dude from the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, Russell Okung. Shout out to Big Russ.
So there's more positive news being attached to it now. So, I mean, it has that historical trend, but there's still that component of this being a brand new thing. So it's kind of, you know, who knows what can happen next. It's possible.
Yes.
Just like you said, you know, Jay Murray brought it up to you at $40. Who would have ever thought that it would be over 50,000, you know, bucks? So that's an astronomical jump in itself.
Right.
You know, so
right.
That took some time, but I think now, man, there's just so much positive news going around it that it could happen.
And that's a short amount of time, bro. Like literally,
very short. That was
2014, 2013, 2014, maybe even 2015 when we had this conversation. Mm-hmm. That's just a short 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. And if you were to put your money in a bank account, this is what we have to keep in mind.
Right.
You're only at a credit union, you might get 0.75% in a freaking savings account.
Right. But you know what though? And this is what I think about now when it comes to savings accounts and things like that. They're great. However, you're getting that 0.75, that 1%, but inflation itself is greater than that. So you put your money in those institutions, in those traditional spots, and let them sit, and that really you're actually losing value. You need to put your money in a place where it's going to accrue interest or do work to gain more money at a rate that's greater than inflation. Otherwise, you're losing money. All right. If you got a whole bunch of money and you just got it sitting in your mattress, that's great. You got money on hand. However, it's losing value over time because the market and everything else is going up. You need to have your money in a spot where it can actually do what it's supposed to do, which is create more money for you.
Right. And so in a bank, 0.75%. Inflation is roughly anywhere between 1% to 2% per year. So you're already losing. Right. And that's in a savings. Most people are putting it in checking accounts. Some people only have checking accounts.
Right.
In a checking account, that's daggum, what, 0.25?
It don't matter, man. It's when you get into a point of a percent. Point anything is not good.
Right. If you put it in the stock market or the stonk market, as some of us say, you put it in the stock market, you're looking at anywhere between 6 to 8% gains on average. All right.
Right.
And this is the type of stuff you have to take in consideration. Inflation is going to knock off anywhere between 1% to 2% off of that. So you're actually looking at anywhere between 4 to freaking 6%.
Right. And then on the flip side, you got stuff like these cryptocurrencies, which are gaining 5%, 10% every week or every other day or something like that.
There you go. Yeah, in our previous...
But
say what?
It's a little more volatile. I wouldn't suggest you put your life savings in there because they could at the same time, they will go down eventually. At some point, it's going to go down, and then you're just going to have to wait. Not to say that that's a bad thing or a loss, but you just need to know where you are in the wave.
Right.
How to behave in that moment in the wave.
Exactly. And we're gonna talk about that in the follow-up episode. So make sure you subscribe so you'll be notified when it drops. Okay.
Right.
That's gonna be a good one. We're gonna talk about some really good altcoins that you can get into, because remember in the last video that we talked about Bitcoin, we showed you Aave went up 90. This is like crazy. So no, I need to put this where you can see it. Put this in black. Aave went up 93,000%. Let that sink in. Okay. That means that if you had have invested $100 into Aave, and this is just over the past year, okay, that means that if you had invested $100 into Aave, it would have turned into $93,000. Let that sink in. And this is what we're dealing with. But in the next follow-up episode to this, we're going to talk about altcoins and how they move, the patterns in altcoins. So make sure that you're subscribed, all right? Because you can get burned in altcoins. A lot of people are getting burned every single day in altcoins. I'm getting burned right now in altcoins. Okay, it's just the way it moves, and you have to watch it. You have to be willing to lose, right? And hopefully, on average, you'll gain. Okay, but and keep in mind, this was the highest earning. Aave was the highest earning or percentage gained altcoin last year on Coinbase. There may have been some other ones, but on Coinbase it was. But yeah, with altcoins, with crypto, you're looking at gains of like you're talking 2x's, you're talking 3x's, you're talking 10X's, you're talking 100X's. I mean, some of them are like out of this world. Some of them are out of this world. I mean, like 500X on some altcoins.
Right.
And so your strategy should be to take these gains and put them back into Bitcoin. Why? Because it's going there. Every halving has proven that it's going there, and it's going to keep going up. But I want to talk about your boy Russell Okung.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that example. This bro, man, he said, so Russell Okung plays for the Carolina Panthers. Big shout out to the Panthers. Keep pounding. All right. And he requested to have some of his salary paid in Bitcoin. And so reports came out that, it was basically like half of his salary. I'm not one to count the next man's pockets, but that was a smart move, in my opinion, because when that happened, if it was half or whatever, that happened when Bitcoin was at around 40K. All right. And then Bitcoin went up maybe a couple weeks after that to 44K.
There you go.
And then it went up again to 50. And now, it even went up to 58K. So if he got in here, or anybody that got in here, smart moves, man. Smart moves. And the more people that see this happening,
right,
the more people are going to join into it.
Exactly.
And this guy's a professional athlete. So let's just say him and whoever, right? When you have millions of dollars going into Bitcoin, the notoriety of it is going to cause more retail investors to get into Bitcoin too.
Right. Everybody wants a piece of that type of action.
Exactly.
I mean, just look at the fact of, man, once you start getting to that level of money when you're investing, when you're talking about like making 5%, 10%, you're talking about a massive amount of money.
Yes.
Just think about like, if you can make it up to $10,000 in Bitcoin, and let's just say one day, because this happens all the time, one day it goes up 10% off of your $10,000. Mm-hmm. That's $1,000 you just made that day, that one day.
One day.
Doing nothing. And this happens all the time. That 10% is lightweight. That happens every other day in these coins. So
literally,
imagine having, $1 million worth of Bitcoin. That 10% is $100,000.
Right.
And that's happening every other week or every other day sometimes. So definitely smart move. That's really cool, man. And I think that is just going to add to, the value of what people actually think Bitcoin is worth. More people are going to want to buy in,
Yo, see if you can look up how much Bitcoin gained over the last year.
Last year?
Yeah. And so while he's looking that up, this is what you want to do. All right. Oh, no. Again, this isn't financial advice, so I take that back. This is what I guess I'll say I'm going to do. All right. As the price is going up, right? So you get in down here. So what you want to do to protect yourself, because this is what you have to understand. Bitcoin goes up and it most definitely goes down too. And after the halving, after all of this, after the frenzy wears off, it can drop anywhere between like 40 to 60%. Okay? You don't want to get caught here. And this is in the negative. Let's make this red. So Bitcoin can drop after it peaks. It can drop massively. This is where I got caught last time. Okay? I got in. because it was peaking. Then this was the last halving. I got in, let's say I got in like here, and I was riding it out, and then it pulled back down to like here. I got cold feet, and I pulled my money out right there. And I ended up losing money right there. But then, lo and behold, maybe a day or so later, it shot back up again to like 19.5. But I had pulled my money out at a loss. And I was too scared to get back in, and then it went up, and then it peaked at like 19.5. Boom, I lost. Right? And so just like, a guest we had on the show, Bitcoin Vegan, big shouts to Bitcoin Vegan. Got to have you back on the show, bro. But like he said, you only really lose money in Bitcoin when you pull your money out too soon.
Right, that's it.
We know it's going here. Huh?
No, I was just reiterating your point. That's exactly right. You only lose when you sell, for a loss. As long as if it goes down, then you just have to wait. Now you just have to wait till it goes back up.
There you go. So don't ever invest what you can't afford to lose. Right? Yeah. That's the rules of the game. So we know that it's gonna drop 40 to 60%. Right? So if you know that once it peaks, this halving is gonna peak, and we know it's gonna pull back 40 to 60%. So what you want to do is, if you get in here as the price is going up, what you want to do is what's called take profits. Maybe you take profits here, right? It keeps going up, take some more profits here, right? That means take it out, take your money out. You earn some more money, take some more money out here. You earn some more, take some more out here, right? So as it's going up, you're taking profits along the way. All right? Because just because I drew this line as a smooth line going up doesn't mean that's how it moves. That's just an illustration to show you that it's, the overall price is going up. But what's actually happening in here is this. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And we just can't, all along these, these spikes, we can't get scared. If you get scared and pull your money out, you're short.
Right.
And you lose, because you could come out here, right? Just like we said, if you pulled out here or tried to stay in, and then it came up here and pulled back down, and you got a little shook, and you pull your money out, you could only probably just break even. Sometimes you can lose money, right? Mm-hmm. So just understand that it does go up. And when you hear articles and research and blah, 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 or not even research, it's more so articles of people who are used to the traditional stock market talking about, oh yeah, it's gonna crash, oh, it's gonna crash. Of course, the people that know about it knows that it's gonna crash, but we know more so when it's more likely to crash. They're right. Just throwing it out there like, oh, it's gonna crash. Oh, it's a bubble, it's a bubble, it's a bubble. Yeah. Okay, cool. Everything is a bubble if that's the case, right?
Right.
Even the strongest stocks, right?
Yeah, so knowing that information, you know what to do. That's all it is. Prepare to prosper. You know what to do. All right? So you ride the wave. Take the profit, let it crash. And guess what? When it crashes, prices drop. Go ahead and buy back in, because it's going to go back up. I mean, it's just being equipped with the information and having a clear-cut strategy of what to do. But that price, though, March the 1st, 2020, Bitcoin was $8,522.
How much?
8,000. Let's see. I'm just flipping through dates now. March the 20th, 2020, it was $6,000.
$6,000.
$6,000. This is last year. All right. $6,000, $5,000, bounced up to $8,000.
I think the lowest that it got should have been like $3,000, right?
Let me find a dip on the chart.
Or what's just the overall percentage? Over the year.
4,000 is the lowest I see on here right now. The chart I'm looking at now doesn't give me a percentage, but do the math. We're at 53 right now. 53, okay? You're talking about points in a year where you're basically less than $10,000. All right? You're talking about a 5x over the course of a year.
Ridiculous.
So
the proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin has been around since 2008. All right. If something was going to happen to it, you know, the government, whatever, it would have been done by now. You know, people say that it's a fad. People say that it's, you know, not real, blah, blah, blah. Proof's in the pudding. 2008. Here we are, 2021, and we're still having these conversations. I say, don't even listen to the noise and listen to what's really going on, because this is a major revolution in the whole world. Like in every industry, this blockchain period, crypto period, has the opportunity to usher in an evolution of the way we process data.
Right.
End of the day.
And even if you're not 100% on with Bitcoin, like you don't want to, you know, go out and buy a gallon of milk with Bitcoin and you don't believe, like, there's still an opportunity for you. You can obviously see the trend. If you can recognize the trend, it's just the opportunity, all right, to invest money, opportunity to earn money. You don't have to buy it and hold it for your whole life. You know, you pick your own strategy, do your own research, select your own strategy, and it's just an opportunity. All right, it's definitely an opportunity. Use it, you know, use it wisely. It's up to you. Make your own choice.
Right. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So let us know. Let us know what you think. Right? This is our prediction. And this is what, the 22nd of February in 2021. All right. This video lived a long time. So, and we're estimating a 100K to a 200K Bitcoin by what, September of 2021. There you go. There you have it.
It's on the books. It's stamped. All right. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right. Make sure you like. Make sure you share this video. Definitely subscribe though in the next episode. All right. We're going to continue this conversation. We're going to talk a little more about the altcoins. All right. And we're going to get a little bit deeper into some of that strategy about when and where and how to get in, you know, particularly with Bitcoin, but definitely going to talk about those altcoins as well. Plenty of opportunities for everybody to get in and make great investments. All right.
For sure. Prepare to prosper.